Okay, cool. All right, here we go then. So
Okay.
here's a little bit about the 30-day program. So what I love, number one, is that it is not a diet, it is a reset. I mean, it is a diet in the sense that anything we eat could be considered our diet. But beyond that, it is more of a reset. Sorry, I was frozen for a sec. So what I love is that it's all about resetting your body and taking it to where it's the healthiest, and it's not restrictive calorie wise, so you can eat if you're hungry, and that's really important to me. So it's all about using Arbonne's products to replace 2 meals a day and support your elimination organs at the same time. We really want to focus on eating foods that are alkaline rather than acidic, which means that it's taking the toxins out of your body and detoxing your body without doing one of those cleanses where you don't eat anything, because I can't not eat things. I just become angry and terrible, and then I eat anything. So you have 2 of Arbonne's protein shakes per day, and then you supplement with fiber, digestive enzymes, pre and probiotics to help your belly work better, detox tea to help all your liver and your kidneys, and fizz sticks, which replace coffee, and other caffeinated drinks are actually really delicious. So it's all about replacing things with things that are yummy and are easy as well. And then you have a 3rd meal every day that you can cook. And we have a Facebook group with support and recipes and shopping lists. So whether you shop at Costco or Whole Foods or Trader Joe's, there are really easy recipes that can follow. Whether you're vegan or whether you eat meat, there are recipes for both. And there are so many recipes that you would probably not go through all of them anyway, so you can definitely find things that work for you. So it's very customizable, but there's also lots of support. So I love it so much because it helps people who feel like they can't diet because it fails, or because they gain the weight back afterwards, or because they don't like restricting their calories and they're afraid of being hungry, all of which are incredibly legitimate things. So that is, in a very small nutshell, what our program is about. And if you have any more questions about it, please ask the person who invited you to take a look at this video. So now I would love to talk about Charlene's experience doing this. So would you just, first of all, actually tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do, and then why you decided that you wanted to try a program like this?
All right, so as you said, I'm Charlene, and I am actually an acupuncturist, a functional medicine expert, and a hypnotherapist, and I live in Southern California, about an hour outside of LA. And the reason I actually got into trying the Arbonne products, and I want to say something that I find hilarious, especially when you just said it, Margaret, is that you replace your breakfast and lunch meals, or whichever one works best for you, but 2 meals a day with the shakes. It totally brought me back to the old days when there was Slim Fast. I think they still have Slim Fast, but it's like 2 shakes and a healthy dinner or whatever. But the thing with Arbonne compared to Slim Fast is a bunch of chemicals and gross fake stuff, whereas Arbonne is all natural, a lot of like healthy organic products, there are ingredients, as well as like totally non-GMO and all that stuff. So that was a big draw for me. And honestly, the real reason that I wanted to do the 30-day program was because I wanted to lose some weight. And I'd been, I'd come out of the holidays and had gained some weight over the holidays, and just kind of like for a few months was like, oh, it doesn't matter, it's just holiday weight. But you know what? It was April. We were coming up on April, and there's no excuses at that point. So that was my big motivation in the beginning.
Awesome. And so you talked a little bit about why you chose this program in particular, because non-GMO and all that stuff. So what was your experience with it right when you started doing it? Were there any challenges that you faced? How did you prep for it?
There So there were some challenges. Fortunately, I already do stick to a rather clean diet, and I have for many years. So I think that really gave me a leg up from maybe a lot of people who are doing a complete 180 with their diet plan and their health plan, who might use this program for that. But I needed that reset. Like I was relying too much on alcohol as a way to relieve stress, and I needed to stop that, which is definitely one of the things that put the pounds on. I was really resistant to doing this program because I am a coffee fiend. I love it. I will give up anything before I give up coffee. And I don't drink sugary coffees. I actually drink like a bulletproof coffee, so it's like high fat. In my coffee, I don't put sugar, I don't put sweetener, anything like that. So I was really resistant at the beginning, thinking that, oh, well, she wants me to not drink coffee because of the sugar. Well, I don't add sugar. And then you educated me on why we would give up the coffee for 30 days because of the acidity. And so my big challenges in the first few days were getting off of the coffee. And I used the fizz sticks actually, which my first day I just drank the detox tea by itself, and then I had a fizz stick for the caffeine. So fortunately I didn't have any of like the caffeine headaches from getting off the coffee and that kind of stuff. But later that day on the Facebook group, which is another amazing support system that you have when you do this program, somebody had put up there that they actually combined their detox tea with the fizz sticks. And I think, what do we call it, a tizzy?
Yeah.
A dizzy or a tizzy?
A tizzy.
A tizzy, a tea fizzy. And it did not conceptually sound good, but I love the warmth and the comfort that I get out of my morning coffee. And so I was like, okay, I need the warm, coffee, I need the warm drink, and then I want the caffeine. So I mixed them together, and it was amazing. I couldn't believe how good it tasted. So that was my biggest hurdle. And then I will say, I will not lie to anybody, doing the shakes for the first 3 days was definitely a challenge. I could feel my body detoxing. I did get a few headaches, and it was more the detox headache rather than the caffeine headache. And this is a common symptom that people go through when they do something like this, where they do a detox. And I did feel very hungry, and I think that's mainly because I am just an eater. I am like you, like I will get hangry if I don't have the food. So just figuring out the proper snacks in between my shakes took me a few days, like have a hard-boiled egg or some nuts, cashews, especially with the really high fat content in the cashews. Just kind of getting that nailed down in the first few days was my biggest challenge. But so we started on a Monday, the program. By Thursday, I was feeling great. It was totally fine. So, just give yourself those first few days, get over the hump, and you'll do a great job.
That's great advice. Totally. And everyone's so different the first few days. Like I usually feel like I'm about to get sick, and I don't ever, but like my glands start to get swollen. I'm like, am I going to get sick? And then I realize, no, this happens every single time I do it. And then by the end of the first week, I feel amazing. And I never actually transition into sickness. But everyone is so different. Some people feel amazing right away. And some people are like, I need a couple days for my body to get used to this. And then we'll figure it out. But pretty much by the second week, everyone is like, oh, I feel so much better. Yeah. And then tell me, like, what did you find at the end of the program?
So I noticed this in the middle, but I am a pretty decent sleeper. It's something, I was a chronic insomniac for the majority of my life, for probably almost 30 years. But in the last several years, I've been sleeping really well. But I have to say that after starting the program, I have gotten even deeper sleep. I am falling asleep easily. I'm staying asleep through the night, and I'm waking up feeling quite refreshed in the morning, which, even as what I would call myself as a good sleeper, is not something I've experienced. So the
That's
sleeping is
amazing.
great. 2 weeks into the program, I ran an intense race. It's called a Ragnar. It's a 12-person relay race that's about 200 miles. So out of that, I ran just over 13 miles in the
Wow.
course of 36 hours, and, broken up into several legs. And this is the 5th time I've done a race like that, and I felt incredible by the time my 3rd leg came. I was so blown away at how good I felt, and I attribute it all to the fact that I was doing the program. I brought all my shakes with me. I had my fizz sticks. I took a fizz stick right before I ran my last leg, and I ran so fast. I was totally high-fiving everybody. We're doing great. We're almost done. And like I said, I attribute feeling so good during that race completely to, having a good plan and having the program set up and ready to go for me. And then my energy has been great every single day. Like, I get up, I'm productive, I'm just like ready to go and hit the ground running. I haven't had like afternoon lethargy or anything like that. And today was my final weigh-in, because yesterday was the end of the 30-day program. And I weighed in this morning. I've lost 7.6 pounds in 30 days, which I'm already a pretty small person, so I was really blown away by that number. I thought it was going to be about 3 pounds. And I lost a total of 3 inches off my waist.
That's amazing.
And I'm just, for already being really small, I was totally blown away. Like, I can't believe it. And I shared with you this morning, Margaret, that I'm like 5 pounds off of my magic number. So it's like, I
That's
can't believe it
amazing.
got me that far that fast.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
And I love that because it's, after the first couple of days after your body got used to it and you got used to snacks, that's without being hungry. It's just about treating your body really well and then letting it get back to where it's the happiest and the most functional. So, oh my gosh, I love hearing that. Thank you so much for jumping on with me and sharing this evening. And if anyone here has questions, I'm going to post this video, and please ignore the first part where we're trying to figure out how to Facebook Live properly. And then if you have any questions, please feel free to type them out below, and we'll be happy to answer them. Again, thank you so much for your time.
Of course. Thank you
All right.
so much.
Bye.